Hey, what's going on? Hey, so kind of wanted to do a good and a bad video. I did some rearranging on my rocks, and I did notice um, a few corals, like my big stag colony that I grew from a frag, had some RTN going on. That was originally up there. Um, what I didn't know is there was a green bubble tip anemone right behind it that was stinging it. So it was anchored pretty good in there, so I had to pull that rock out. I had to chisel it out and move that. And then I also had some real reef rock that I had been cycling for about 5 weeks now, and I created some caves over here for my fish to swim in. Well, to hide in actually. So, um, and I did one over here too. So they have a lot of room to, a lot of hiding spaces. Oh, and then also I want to see if anybody had any tips. My blonde nasotang, she will eat nori, but I can't get her to eat anything else. So if you have one, or if you know somebody that has one, or any tips at all, what they like to eat, drop me a comment below, because um, I've tried just about everything, and I just can't get her to eat any frozen foods or any algae pellets or anything like that. So she just likes nori, but she is a little skinny, and she's healthy, she's eating, but that's about it. What else is going on? So, as you guys know, if you follow my channel, I do dose nitrates. And about a month ago, I noticed my nitrates were starting to climb, so I stopped dosing, and they just kept climbing. So I'm kind of puzzled why that is. I do run a huge fuge down below, really good protein skimmer, UV sterilizer, and so on. I've always, ever since I've had this tank up for about, I'd say it's almost 2 years now, I've had to dose nitrates to it. So something happened. I got a couple ideas. For starters, my iodine was really low, so I think my Chaeto wasn't able to grow as fast. And then also, I think I did a double whammy. At the same time, I think I removed a little too much, and because I had a fish down below, so I think that caused it to climb. And then I don't know if it has anything to do with it, but I did notice last week that my UV sterilizer bulb was burned out, so I don't think that has anything to do with it, but I had to get that done. But it's kind of been an issue because that's what's giving me my cyanobacteria, and some of my corals are kind of pissed off. I think the last time I tested the nitrates, I really couldn't tell in the high range, but I think it was around 12. It's never been that high. Now, most of the coral seems fine, but I can tell that some are irritated. I think the big stag, I know that was getting stung by that anemone, but it's probably not helping with the high nitrates. And then that one right there, I think that was a little bit of coral warfare because it was touching that big colony up there, which I did move, but I have noticed a little bit of a change. So I did do some water changes, knocked them back down. They seem to come right back up, the nitrates. So what I'm gonna do is I'm waiting for my Chaeto to pretty much fill up my fuge again. It's about 3/4 of the way there. I've always ran this tank, and that bottom chamber down below was just packed full. So I'm definitely not going to remove as much anymore as I did. Naturally, I think I could let it go down, but with some of the RTN going on, I'm gonna help it out a little bit. I'm probably gonna dose some no-pox. I got some coming in the mail tomorrow, so I'm gonna start out. I'm probably gonna knock the nitrates at least down to 4, probably over a week or so, just because I don't want to take the chance of the nitrates not coming down or taking, you know, a month to come down and losing a lot of coral. So that's the plan. I'm gonna start out dosing that, see if I can knock these nitrates down. And you know, my last video I did the Triton test, so my water's good, but I know my nitrates is really high, and so we'll go from there. But I did get today I got my new bulb for my UV sterilizer. I run the 50-watt high output, the Pentar Aquatics. I'm a little irritated because when I originally bought that sterilizer, the ballast would lasted like a week on it, and then I had to spend like $130 buying another ballast. And then today when I changed the bulb, I noticed that the 4-prong connector that connects to the UV bulb like sparked and like halfway melted, so I had to order another one of those. And if you guys are familiar with UV sterilizers, you know that the Pentar Aquatics ones are not cheap. I mean, it's like $750, so that's a little irritating. Like, you expect that kind of equipment to last and function. So we'll see what happens with that. I ordered the 4-prong connector, and hopefully that gets here in a decent time because I want to get that back up and running. But yeah, so that's you know, the good and the bad. I think it'll help out. I gave you know, getting these spots for the bigger fish to hide, you know, cut down on any aggression. I did pick this up the other day from one of my local fish stores about an hour from here. That's a sweet piece. I love that. But the main thing that I've been doing is just trying to figure out a way to get these nitrates down, so I can you know, cut out the RTN that's going on, because it's definitely, some of these are pissed off. Some of the SPS is not happy. But yeah, other than that, that's what's going on. Spent pretty much all morning rearranging. Did mount a ton of frags actually on the rocks today, so tank's doing fairly well other than the nitrates. But it's I'm still a little puzzled why they jumped up like that, because I've removed like half of my Chaeto before, and I've seen almost no difference, and I still had to dose. So it was a little strange, but you know, you live and you learn. I'll just be a little more careful next time before I do that. So, but yeah, if you guys have any ideas what kind of food to feed this guy, let me know. And then, you know, any questions, comments, you know, put them down below. Love to hear what you guys think. And, you know, we'll see you guys next time. See ya.